going on YouTube? Evan here with Cloud9 Aquariums. Today we're going to be talking about some Boesemani rainbowfish. Why are we talking about Boesemanis? Because they're probably one of my favorite fish, and not only have I had great success with them, but I'm also breeding them nowadays. So I'm not making a whole playlist on how to breed Boesemani. We're just going to go through it real quick today. It's not a big deal. It'll be easy for those of you who know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, heck, try it anyways. It'll be fun. But I do want to give a shout out real quick because, well, I guess you wouldn't call it a shout out. This is an apology type of a shout out because you're probably going to notice that my last 3 videos kind of sucked that I made today, and this one seems like it's a lot better quality. Well, it probably is because my phone updated. I had no idea, but apparently when it updated, it changed my video quality, and as I was going to upload them today, I noticed. So they had great content, so I'm not going to remake those videos. I do apologize. I try to keep everything HD, as you know. Hopefully it's not enough to actually really drive you guys nuts, and I promise that everything else I will make sure is in high quality and I won't be a moron from now on. So, well, I can't promise anything about that, but whatever. So, let's get back to Boesemani. I got that out of my system, but it just sucks because it kind of ticks me off because I really wanted those all to be great. But again, that's life. So, Boesemani rainbows. What's up? Here's the 40 long, as you all know, my lovely scratched front tank, but look at the little guys. Remember how these were tiny little dudes a little while back? Look at the color. Alright, so we officially, if you remember the story, I don't remember if I did this in an update or what this video was on. I think it was an update. But, you know, these were the surprise batch that came into this tank when I reset it. And, you know, I had no idea that I was planning on just cycling this tank. And as I was cycling it, it was about mid-cycle. I all of a sudden see I saw actually exactly 11 little fry swimming around, well, I actually have 11 left, so imagine that. They all survived through it somehow miraculously, and they're actually to the point where now we can start sexing them, so that's great. Look at, you got these bright yellow tails, those are the males. The ones that are showing a little less color are the females, so I mean, they're looking really good. You know, they're schooling now, and they're all playing around like this, like rainbows should. You know, these are just, I mean, it is just a pleasure. And if you're thinking you want to buy some of these from me, it ain't gonna happen, folks. We're having a Boese only tank. But the good news is I actually have another batch downstairs. That is the good breaking news of the day. So I'm gonna show you what's going on there, and we're going to show you the parents in the breeder tank. So hold on while I move down to the downstairs. Alright, so we're downstairs, and as you can see, here's my full grown buddies. So here's my male, and my female's back there. They're kind of tweaking out because I just gave them some food, and well, they don't really enjoy this tank quite so much. So it is a 10-gallon tank. But the exciting news is that in here, now I'm not sure if they're going to be too small for you to see, but hopefully, yeah, I can see a couple of them. If you look very closely, last time I counted there was about seven fry in here. Yeah, see, if you follow the screen, I mean, there's really no way for me to, that helped a little bit. Yeah, okay, you can see, there's a couple right at the top. So, that's what they look like when they're freshly born. These little guys right here, I mean, they're just absolutely, it's just amazing. Absolutely amazing. So, you can kind of see right over in the corner right here, if I can kind of zoom in on it, that's what's left of the egg sacs. So this is actually what the parents laid the eggs on, and basically how this works for Boesemani. So I guess I'll just give you kind of a view of this so you can see what's up. So the way I like to breed my Boesies, well, first off, this started out as an accident. This batch, you know, these guys originally went in here for treatment just because, as you can see, my male's got a couple little missing scales on his forehead, and her gills are a little bit inflamed. You know, they just weren't doing so great, so I moved them in here, and they're still kind of stressed out, but it's okay, you know, we're working through it. But so I originally had moved them into this tank, just for, you know, for treatment, and so that's why I kept it a bare bottom tank, real simple. Put a little bit of Java moss right up here and some water spray, as you can see, just hanging out, you know, nice little sponge filter right here. Got a little hang on back going on, you know, just real simple, just a clip-on light on top. You know, I'm not going crazy with it. Heater, that's all we need. And well, lo and behold, they actually spawned instead of you know, mid-treatment, of course. So and the first batch they spawned on, they spawned. Well, it was just like right out in the open. Like they didn't know what they were doing. They were just, I don't understand. So that's when I threw the Java moss in there. I was like, oh crap, I should probably work on this. So threw some Java moss in there, and then of course they sort of used a corner of the Java moss, and then they used the sponge filter. So I ended up just using a little eyedropper, sucking the little babies. I noticed it after I saw two babies, little fry swimming around on top. So I sucked them up in an eyedropper, placed them into this, nice little contraption up here, which if you're not familiar with, this is just like a little spawning container. It's just got a very fine net around, so it keeps the parents out and babies in. But the water's able to penetrate through it, so it gets fresh water, but it keeps them alive until they can grow big enough, because just like most fish, these guys will eat their babies, so we do have to keep them away. So once I got in there, we have, I don't know, last time I counted again was, I believe, 9, something like that, or 7 or 9 or something, I don't know. It's a different count every time, I swear, because I believe they're still hatching, there's still some eggs left, so they don't all hatch at once, the incubation period, I hope I get this right, I think it's about 10 days for Boesemanis. Either way, they're an awesome fish. They're pretty easy to spawn. Again, the basic reason, or not the reason, but the basic way to get them to spawn that I found is, this is all from personal experience, so I'm not going to get all scientific with you. I'm sure there's probably some scientific way to actually do it. But the way I like to do it is I move them to a separate tank, because all the other fish are going to absolutely guaranteed eat their eggs and drive them nuts, so you'll never even find the eggs. But the way to get them is you move them in their own separate tank. You put a little Java moss in there. I like to dim the lights, so I'll leave them right in the dark for a while. I want to give them a little bit of, like a night light, something like that, just to feed them. And then, I'm running a couple filters in here, keep the water clear, do it, water change every 5 days, maybe, something like that, a little less than a week, So I'm keeping that water quality right up there, and then, lo and behold, they'll spawn for you. So, but again, you have to get them to, they're not like they're like some other fish. We have to get them to specifically pair up. If I had more females, I probably would put a couple of females in there and one male, but because I only have one male, one female, and they like each other, it worked out fine. So, yeah, I'm pretty pumped about it. So we're going to get some more, and like I was talking about earlier, we're going to get a Boesemani only planted tank, so it's going to be pretty sick. I love species only tanks, especially rainbows. I'm going to get some high flow power heads in there to give them just that. It's going to be great. I'm going to have that Madagascar lace freaking rocking out. It's going to be sick. So, I'm pretty pumped about it. Hope you guys are having a great week. And, hey, let's breed some old Boesemanis too. Come on, folks. What's up? Hope this brings you and your fish tanks a little bit closer to Cloud 9.